Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Barroom Boys. I'm Mondo here with Beav and Hodska, and on today's episode, we recap the Canelo Alvarez fight. High school superstar Emoni Bates has been arrested. MacKinnon got an extension. CFB recap, NFL Week 2 recap, fantasy football recap, and a finale of a snake draft with the best video games. Gentlemen, I know we missed an episode. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. How are we doing today?
Doing great. Back on road, back on track. Mondo, I have to admit, when the lights, camera, action came on, you turned into a different person.
I'm just so tired today. I just got to give it a little bit of effort, and then at the end, hopefully, I can just go to sleep.
Yeah, just pass out.
Fair enough. Me too, man. I'm exhausted. My professor decided to go the full time in class today, so I was stuck on campus for a solid 10 or so hours. Not a good time.
Damn.
Not fun at all. Yeah. Hot, I'm sure you had a work grind too today.
Yeah, I had like 6 meetings today.
I
had a job interview this morning, like a phone call entry or opening level interview. I got another call next week.
Hype.
That goes.
Hype. Good shit, Beef.
We're all making out here, Big Dog Media. Everybody except Gary.
Yeah.
By the way, I should apologize for filming the pod last episode in Gary's room. I meant to just use his room. I didn't anticipate him coming in, which was my fault. And he obviously did his typical chirping.
Didn't really mean to use his, or didn't want him to come into his own room.
I thought he was just gonna be upstairs, like doing something or like out. He wasn't in there until like we just started filming, but
true.
Yeah, well, naturally, the guy with the least busy schedule is the one to quit Big Dog Media. So do with that as you may, but that's kind of the stance I've taken at this point. So on today's episode, I guess we'll start by recapping a quick Canelo Alvarez beatdown of Triple G. Although it wasn't a knockout, it might as well have been. Canelo dominated, I would say, all but maybe one round. And
he started actually realized that he was actually in a fight like round 8.
Yeah, that was like the one round that he might have won.
He might have won like 2 out of the last 5 rounds, but the judges' scorecards didn't make any sense to me on how close of the fight they ruled it by points.
No.
Like, yeah, you unanimously won, but I thought the points were should have been a lot more like favored towards Canelo.
Oh, 100%. I was sitting there watching it, and it was just from start to finish, Canelo Alvarez was in control. There was just absolutely no way Triple G stood a chance. And you know what? The scorecards need to be better. They really do. You're right.
Yeah, they just need to make it, because there's some good, like Canelo threw the majority of shots, but he was also missing compared to Triple G, because Triple G's like percentage landed was a lot better just because he only threw like 50 punches in the fight. But like the power punches and like everything else was all Canelo. So that's probably why like the percentage or something like that of hits. But at the same time, it's like the man got his ass beat. Everyone in that fucking watched the fight saw that him get his ass beat. Like, how was one scorecard like 216 to 214? Like, that's one round. One round, crazy. Like, if they score, that means like that one judge scored it 7-5 rounds to Canelo. So that, and one of those rounds could have been like, if they scored it to Triple G, that's a tie scorecard. That just didn't make sense, but oh well.
Yeah, there's obviously been a clear trend lately with the scorecards just not being reflective of the fight at all. And, like the last Canelo fight, it was something like that too, where they gave Canelo a lot more in terms of like rounds won than he actually did against Bivol. But it's just, I don't know what to think of it. I just know Canelo was the clear winner, and the scorecards didn't really show that.
Yeah,
it wasn't indicative.
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like, it's an argument, but he still won. So like, if you like lost or tied, like, yeah, like it's fucking stupid, but at least like they still gave him the win. So it's like, not a big issue for him. Like he doesn't care how he won or like how much points he won by. He won. So yeah.
So Jake Paul's next, right?
For Canelo.
After he beats Anderson Silva in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Anderson Silva is fucking. I think Anderson Silva knocks him out.
Dude, he's like almost 50 years old, and I think he's still got a chance.
Yeah. Nah, he's like the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Man. I mean, he killed who was it? Like a couple, like 2-3 years ago. Didn't he beat like Julio Cesar Chavez?
I think so.
Or someone. He just like murdered him when he was like 45. So like this man, like, and like I think it was Julio Cesar Chavez, who was like one of the best fighters of the generation. So it's like, yeah, I guess there was a big weight difference, but still at the same time, like the man's got power. He's one of the most experienced combat fighters in history.
Oh yeah, he has boxing experience too.
Yeah, I mean, he's just doing this shit to get a bag so he can.
Oh yeah, clearly he's just doing it for the bag. He doesn't care if he gets knocked out.
He's already in retirement. The man's set for life, and he's just like, you know what, like, yeah, this can go to like my kid. Could make like a quick $3 million and just be like, you know what, yeah, like,
you know, I still love the sport. Why not just get in the ring, train for a few months, and see if I can end this man's career.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, talking about ending careers. Big story out of the basketball world. Mr. Emoni Bates, superstar high school recruit, future of the NBA, all these random titles he's already getting. This dumbass was found with a gun in his car. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Literally got arrested on the spot. The cops were like, this kid's like this superstar and he's carrying guns around. Like, it's just such a bad look for his profile, especially in the draft in the future. And just no NBA team is going to want someone like that. It's just like, why are you pissing away your career before it starts?
I mean, he's not going to the league. He shit the bed last year at Memphis. He barely even played, and he transferred to like his hometown, like small ass like D3 school. Like, he's not going to get drafted.
Yeah, apparently his lawyer said that he borrowed someone's car, was pulled over, and a gun was located in the borrowed car.
Still, it doesn't
How
matter.
does that make
pulled
sense?
over in a borrowed car, it's just the same because the license and registration don't match. So it makes it look.
Yeah, and they need a reason to go in your car and I guess see the weapon, right? So he probably wasn't being cooperative.
Yeah, plus the definition of borrowed to law enforcement can mean like jack shit. Because like borrowed is just basically like there's no proof of someone like getting confirmation of the borrow unless it's like over text. Like if it's face to face and be like, hey, can I borrow your laptop? And I break it and I could just be like, or like do something stupid with it. And then a cop sees it and like pulls me over and it's like, oh, is this yours? And like, no, I borrowed it. Yeah.
Well, now I know I'm going to have to make you sign a contract if you need my computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but realistically, like
confirm over text, so there's at least some proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say this can't be the end of his career, right?
I mean, with the way his like trajectory's been going, this could very well be the final nail. Like this could end it for him.
Well, you could also go to Europe and play.
His first mistake was picking Memphis as a school.
Oh, 100%.
That was his
Hey, you wanted to play under Hardaway.
Yeah, you want to play under Hardaway, bro. It doesn't fucking matter. You have an offer from literally every single goddamn coach in the nation. Like go play with fucking Mark Few or even like whoever the guy is at Duke now or whatever. Like someone that has experience and like will basically be like, all right, you need to settle the fuck down and help them out with issues on and off the court.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all saw this. I just saw this recently. Mikey Williams, another top recruit, not in college yet. He was on the I Am Athlete podcast, and he's only 17 years old right now. He's in class of 23, so this year. He said by the time he's 25, he wants to be a billionaire.
Yeah, he's class of 2024. He's the same class, wait, no, he is 2023. Yeah, he's the same
Honestly,
class as
bro,
LeBron's kid.
me too. Me
Me too,
too,
bro.
bro.
Do I think it's gonna happen? No, Steph
I
Curry, I'm
feel
not
that.
billionaire yet. But yeah,
LeBron just became a billionaire. The kid's got a long way to go.
long way to go.
NIL will give him a couple mil, but that's about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
maybe get a good financial advisor, get some investments, and you could be a billionaire by the age of 250.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, speaking of people on the way there, though, coming out of the Chell world now,
Oof.
while I'm spinning around these sports, Colorado Avalanche give Nathan MacKinnon a deal that makes him the highest paid player in the NHL. 8 years, $100.8 million, $12.6 million AAV. He takes a top spot over Connor McDeasy by $100K per year. Wow.
Yeah,
This guy is having a hell of a year.
I mean, pay him more than McDavid. He just won you a Stanley Cup. The Avalanche were ridiculous this season. They were nice last season too. McKinnon and McDavid are 1A, 1B best players in the world. But McDavid hasn't done anything in the playoffs for his team. McKinnon just went out and got a Stanley Cup. So congrats to
did what he needed to do.
The Avs are going to be good this year. Maybe not as good as they were this year, but they're still going to be a massive threat out there in the West. Shout out Colorado.
I still think they're going to be the team to beat.
Yeah,
I really
bro.
do.
The team is disgusting. When you average like 50 shots a game in the playoffs of hockey, like, all right, a couple of them are bound to go in. Like, it doesn't matter how many shots they have. They were only getting like 20-something shots a game. When you double a team shots, like, yeah, you're going to fucking win the game. So if their offense is that elite and their defense is still fucking solid, they probably have the best defenseman in the league too.
Carr is a beast.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some teams that have been making moves. In particular, the first one off the top of my head is Calgary. They've been making moves. They got Huberdeau. They got Reeder from the Panthers and a few other guys. So they were decent last year. Watch out for them. But yeah, I think it's Colorado's division to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Colorado on one side, Tampa Bay on the other. I mean, that's just the two teams I feel that are the teams to beat, no matter what.
Somebody's taking down Tampa this year. Tampa won't be in the Stanley Cup final. Mark my words.
Yeah,
Is that your prediction? Pencil it in.
I don't know who yet, but there will be a team that will beat Tampa probably in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wow. If you had to give a guess, who do you think?
Islanders, baby.
If you had to give a real
Islanders
guess,
got a long way to go. They made no moves this offseason. I'm gonna say maybe Carolina. Carolina's a good team. Yeah.
Carolina. That was the team I was gonna say, but yeah, they're damn good.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they are. Toronto, they can get their shit together.
Yeah, I mean Toronto's just got to win a playoff game.
Break the curse.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Hey, they had Tampa on the ropes this season.
Yeah.
They had them on the ropes. Game 7 at home.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Rangers once again, so that my friend, when the Rangers, if they make the Stanley Cup Finals, I can go to my friend's box and watch the game. So
understandable.
Got a box at MSG.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Rangers fan. That's the only sport that I'm not Boston for.
Not a bad play right
there. I don't give a fuck about hockey until my friend's like,
yo,
we have a box at the Rangers game. I'm like, oh shit, okay, for the day. He goes, no, like season tickets. I'm like, all right, go Rangers.
That's the squad. Those are the boys.
Yeah.
Is his dad fucking James Dolan or something?
Nah, it's technically like not his it's like his family, but not his like parents. It's like they're his grandparents.
Yeah, so they've had this for a minute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's had it like ever since like he could basically remember. Like probably like 10, 15 years at least.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. It's just a shame that it's the Rangers we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty tough.
I mean, the game I went to, they won. So I'm the good
boy. You are. Just remind your friend that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, tell him that I'm a good luck charm too.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, got you, boys.
All right, let's go ahead. We'll jump over to the CFB real quick before we get into our NFL slate. I got 3 kind of storylines that we'll talk about. The first being as far as ranked teams losing this weekend. BYU lost to Oregon and MSU lost to Washington. So other than that, no real big surprises. I wasn't as shocked with the Oregon win. I think they're a lot better than the seed that they have.
Yeah, that was an Oregon revenge game. For sure.
Yeah.
And then as far as Washington goes, I think that they have a solid team. Their QB is pretty nice. And they're 3-0. Like, they're not a bad team by any means.
You see RG3 with the big Penix energy shout out.
Yeah.
RG3 is like slowly establishing himself as like a great announcer with all the minors. And he outraced Hawk last week too.
Yeah.
He's still got it.
Yeah.
They can move.
Yeah. The only one that we need to make move now is Mr. Anthony Richardson, who seems to have a tough time running the ball in this little ankle injury that he has.
And throwing the ball too.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get to that, but the Gators barely hold off USF. That was just a horrible game to watch, and I'm seeing a pretty big trend lately that this is just terrible.
I treated that game like a joke where it was just like, okay, like we started off, I was like, okay, we're going to blow them out.
Yeah.
And then it was like slowly like we'd fuck up or like they'd score and be like, okay, you got to be kidding me. Like, great, this is fun. You know what? Like, just all right, you could start going on like the 40-point rampage now. And then it just completely summed it up by us fucking blowing it. And then the center for the USF Bulls just completely fucking themselves over both times on the snap that went over the head. And also the shitty snap on the kick.
Yeah.
So, you know what? That just summed it up full circle. Like that.
The fact that he was able to like still put a quality like kick onto that hold was incredible. I think if the game went to overtime, we definitely would have lost.
Yeah. And it was just sad.
The AR was not scoring in overtime.
We're gonna get our shit rocked
No
by
chance
this week.
I hope not. We got game day trying to make a joke of the Gators this week. Trying to make it a big deal that Tennessee might beat the Gators.
Yeah, for the first time in 17 years or like 16 years, we're 16-1 against.
Yeah, we've won the last 5 straight too. This time we're in good old Rocky Top, and Tennessee supposedly is good this year. They got a nice offense. They beat a quality team or 2 already. I know they beat Pitt, but yeah, man, big game for Coach Billy.
Oh yeah. I still can't believe we throttle Utah and then barely beat USF. Like, how does that make sense?
It just reminds me of the Dan Mullen era where it was
emotionally we throttled Utah.
Oh yeah,
emotionally.
For sure. The last 2 games we've just been so stagnant on offense and way too undisciplined on defense. And that's the formula for failure right there.
It was literally last year, but opposite, where we were just like, okay, like this year we beat Utah. Last year we lost to Alabama by 2. And we were like, okay, like we're legit contenders. Like if we can compete with Alabama, like, okay, we're set. And then we just lose like to the worst fucking teams ever.
Yeah. We're a trap team. It's what we do. We just lose the trap games every time. It's awful.
We win the trap games when the other team is being trapped, but then when we're trapped, it's game over.
Always. Okay.
Wait, I think you're missing one more college football story. This happened at the Arkansas game when the COO of Beyond Meat allegedly bit the flesh of somebody's nose off. After the game in the parking garage.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, shout out Beyond Meat. I'm sure they're very happy over at their C-suite.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna overlook that story because I don't know, but thanks for bringing it up, Pete.
Sure thing, baby. Hey, Arkansas, they also barely won. I think they were playing like Missouri State or some shit. Is that like an HBCU? I've never even heard of it. But
yeah, shout out UConn. to losing by a lot to Michigan.
Yeah, I saw that.
Connecticut sports just was not a good representation. The Las Vegas Aces beat the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA finals. UConn got throttled this week. Yeah, it's been a fun week.
Okay. I feel like I should address this. I owe the nation this. Look, I gave a take last episode about how Nebraska could upset Oklahoma, how it was completely plausible. I stand by my take. I don't take my takes back. I'm a man of my word.
It was the worst take of all
Oh
time.
my God. You're telling me. They got smoked, bro.
Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah, I think they scored right out of the gates too. They scored an early touchdown. And then, I don't know.
Oklahoma is
so bad.
Brent Venables is a good coach. Oklahoma looks like Dylan Gabriel just made him the Nebraska defense look like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna get ahead of the storylines that come out. I'm just gonna say it on the next episode. And then it was just awful. Yeah.
I heard on the rumor mill that Nebraska's looking at right now that one of their top candidates is Bill O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but that potentially Nebraska may have made Herm Edwards quit his job at Arizona State.
Also heard that. You
To
see
hire
him
him
get
at
end
the
zoned?
Potentially, yeah.
That man got end zoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, both those guys would be good fits. Probably last a year and then get fired like everyone else. If Scott Frost couldn't last, nobody can last at Nebraska.
What do you mean, bro? Scott Frost is so overrated.
Bro, Scott Frost was like Nebraska's golden child. Like he came in, and he was gonna bring them back to where they were, and it's Nebraska. Like, if you were a recruit and you're making all this money, NIL, whatever, would you want to go to Omaha or Lincoln, wherever it is? Nebraska.
The coldest to ever do it did.
He did. That's true.
That was the coldest take of all time. What an awful idea.
Yeah, I mean, he's making big bucks with that AC unit or that AC company. So
I think another top name is on Bama, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
Great name.
He got torched against Texas. It was funny, but I mean, Alabama just looked like Alabama this week again because who the fuck did they play? The fact that you're thinking about it is exactly my point given.
Something State.
Yeah, exactly.
Louisiana Tech. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Hey, they play Vandy this week. Bama.
Yeah.
Trap game.
That'll be a trap game for sure. Yeah. Vandy's what, 2-1 now?
Yeah, their quarterback won freshman of the week this week. So
Oh,
yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Big things coming for Vandy. All right, boys. Let's go ahead and hop into the NFL. We'll start with Thursday's matchup. Chiefs-Chargers. Chiefs take this one 27-24. Justin Herbert had a hell of a game. He got injured at the, second to last drive?
Second to last, I think. I don't remember. It was Thursday.
Had he stayed healthy, I think the Chargers definitely would have won this one, but it looked like a pretty rough injury. Like, it looked like a rib, but didn't feel too good.
I mean, that game looked like a AFC conference championship game.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely felt like a playoff game.
Yeah.
Herbert tried to do as much as he could, played with a ton of heart, put the team on his back.
Your boy went off.
Bro.
That's
your boy, Beef. That's your boy.
Yeah, I miss Keenan Allen, though. I'm a little biased because I got him on my fantasy team. And as a result, I lost to Mr. Hodska over here. Okay. My team was just terrible this week. I ended up starting Rex Burkhead for no reason at all.
I saw that.
I thought he would pop off. He was projected high. I was like, why is he projected so high? He's got to be I didn't know that the Texans coach, Lovie Smith, I think his name is, wanted to give Dameon Pierce more touches. So I was fucked right off the gate. But it's a new week. Exactly.
It is a new week. Yeah. Next, Beef, we'll actually keep it over to you.
Please.
As your New York Giants take down the Panthers 19-16. Give me your thoughts.
Well, it was probably the first Giants game that I watched in full where they won since probably like high school, to be honest with you. So it was very, very nostalgic to watch the Giants win like this, be 2-0. Saquon looked decent at a few parts of the game. He had a few breakout plays. Other than that, didn't really rush for many yards per carry. Daniel Jones played a clean game. There was a time in like the second half where he was just slinging it, driving the Giants down the field after a couple stalemates in the first half. They slowed down McCaffrey as well as they could. Baker didn't do much at all. Giants defense forced a couple fumbles. They're 2-0, baby. I mean, not many teams in the league can say that. We got the Cowboys at home next week on Monday Night Football. We're on the up, baby. New culture.
All right, this next one, let me set the stage. The score is 35-14, entering the fourth quarter. All hope looks lost. No one knows what to do. But out of nowhere comes Mr. Tua Time, his schlong hanging to the ground. As the Dolphins come back 28-3 in the fourth quarter to win 42-38. Tua T, 469 passing yards, 6 TDs. I have 2 wide receivers on my team. Both have 150 plus yards and 2 tutties. I mean, what a fucking game, boys. What a game. The Dolphins are here. They are legit. They're top 10 in the power rankings. I say they're number 5, but some say 6 through 8. The Dolphins are here. They are legit. They are going to keep doing this.
Wow. Dolphins look nice. They didn't look too nice early on. The defense was kind of getting shredded by Lamar.
We're a second half team.
When I saw the kick return, the opening kick return, the first play of Scott Hansen, 7 hours of commercial-free football, touchdown returned by Devin Duvernay, I immediately thought, oh, the Dolphins are going to get their shit rocked this game. And they were until the second half started. And then
they were.
Yeah.
Tua found something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I was watching the game at Yard House and we left at halftime and I was like cursing at everybody. And then I sat down on my couch a little bit later, watched the fourth quarter and almost cried tears of joy. So it was a hell of an up and down game for me.
You gotta love football.
The 0 defense was also played in that game. So for 2 top 5 defenses in the league, it looked like dog shit. It just was like, okay, whoever can throw it farther or whoever can run faster, you're scoring.
Somebody pay Lamar Jackson already.
Yeah, I agree.
Time.
But this was the game, boys. This was the game. This is the Tua statement game. He showed up, nuts dragon. This is it.
I'll tell you what the statement game is. Will y'all play Buffalo next week?
Yeah, I feel like next week.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. How good did Buffalo look last night?
Oh, we'll get to that in a second, bro. Oh my God. Next game we'll talk about. I don't know how, but the Jets, I don't even know how this is a game, bro. The Jets beat the Browns 31-30. Joe Flacco threw for 4 tutties.
That game was crazy. That was the second most exciting game this weekend on the Sunday slate. As soon as they recovered that onside kick, also the Elijah Moore touchdown, I don't think there was a single defender within a 30-yard radius.
No, not at all.
And like they showed him, they panned after they showed the replay, there was just the 2 corners just walking when he caught the ball, like the 2 people close to him. And then as soon as the onside kick happened, the Jets recovered it. My friends, as well as me included, live bet the Jets to win plus 460. So that was a nice payday.
Yeah, Joe Flacco, top 3 in passing yards in the league right now.
So 1, 2, and 3 are literally Tua, Carson Wentz, and Joe Flacco. What? How about your MVP candidates after week 2? Wow. Yeah. Electric. But this was really a game. It was literally the New York Flaccos versus the Cleveland Chubs. That's all this game was.
Here's my logic. If Joe Flacco wins out till Zach Wilson comes back, is he the starter?
I think so.
He's got to be.
Super
You
Bowl
can't
winning
mess with the
quarterback,
team's mojo.
veteran, and read defenses like a fucking magazine.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Zach Wilson, second year, coming off an injury.
I mean, let's face it, bro. Joe Flacco's elite.
He's balling right now. He is
He's elite
with all of his receivers too. Like Garrett Wilson popped off. He had a breakout game. Elijah Moore had that huge touchdown. It looked good. Brees Hall even looked pretty good at times too.
Yep, got his first touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, it was just whoever's. I thought the Browns would win purely because their defense is better, but I guess Flacco found a way to do it. So fair play.
Yeah, Browns defense was non-existent in the last 2 minutes.
No, it was not. There was nothing there. Nothing. Next game we got the Lions survive a near catastrophic second half collapse. They win 36-27 on the back of Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had an absolute career game, led both teams in receiving and rushing. Dude was an absolute animal on the field. Absolute animal. I loved this game. This was so much fun to watch for me.
Yeah, that was a good game. I was pissed because earlier in the week in one of my fantasy leagues, my friend offered me Amon-Ra St. Brown, so I would be receiving him straight up for Jamar Chase. And I kind of laughed at him, which I feel like every other fantasy owner would do. And of course, he just had his revenge game against me this week because I was also playing against him.
That's good.
League. So yeah, he double fucked me. So
yeah, I mean it's a long season. If the Bengals figure their shit out, Jamar Chase will obviously be elite. But how about Amon-Ra? If you're a fantasy owner out there and you snagged him 4th, 5th round, you gotta be feeling real good about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Even Swift with limited snaps, he was balling out too.
Yeah, the Lions like came out swinging in the first half. I thought they were gonna shut out Washington.
Yeah, they were up what 22-0.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson 3 first half sacks. Like their just whole team was flying.
Yeah,
and then Carson Wentz just stuck his dick out and started to ball. Curtis Samuel had a game. Jahan Dotson.
Did.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. Next one that I thought was going to be a lot more crazy than it was is Bucks Saints. Bucks won 20-10. If you guys didn't see this post-game presser, Tom Brady could be dying. I'm not sure. He looked like all the life was sucked out of him. Do I need to show the picture? Or?
Yeah, I'd like to see it. It's got to be Giselle, right?
I don't know.
I think
he low-key looked like an alien.
He's just frustrated.
I mean, I've been frustrated, Hod. I have. I don't look like that though.
Oh wow.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I hope he's okay, man, because this does not look healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's working on the pliability of his jaw.
This man must be chewing a pound of gum a day for a jaw like that.
Or sucking a lot of dick.
I was just about to say, or that too.
Kissing his son too much.
I do hope he's okay though, because that is not a pretty sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all the frustration because he played like dog shit. His receivers played like dog shit. Mike Evans got into a fight and is now suspended 1 game. So now they're fucked next week.
I saw they picked up Cole Beasley.
Yeah, they picked up Cole Beasley, veteran. He's like the perfect definition of a Tom Brady. That's a Tom Brady receiver right there.
Oh yeah,
old white guy in the slot. He's gonna go off. I'm picking him up in fantasy. He's gonna have like 10 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh yeah, when he's healthy, he gets like 10, 15 targets.
Oh yeah, especially with no Evans, Julio Jones, or Godwin next week. Gage and him are gonna be the 1 and 2.
You're gonna be running it with Scotty Miller and Cole Beasley.
Yeah, bro. It goes back to the days of Wes and Jules, and that team was just goated. So yeah.
Chris Hogan too.
Yeah.
Lacrosse player. That's a Bill Belichick player right there.
Exactly.
Yep. Next, Hod, we'll send it over to you as the Pats won 17-14. So what are your thoughts here?
Ugly game. It's kind of it.
No, that's kind of what I had too.
Yeah. Our defense was good. Mac Jones our offensive line was good. We were running the ball well. Mac Jones could throw the ball to only Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar, who had like probably the catch of the season so far.
Yeah.
And that was a moss and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Something's still wrong with Mac. I don't know what it is, but he just needs to figure it out. But our defense looks good. I mean, we've only given up 2 offensive touchdowns this year in 2 games. So yeah.
You know what the problem is, Hod? He's too healthy.
No,
and that's why he's not playing well. I'll explain. Because when we had CC Sabathia on the Yankees, he would drop weight and he wouldn't pitch well. But then he'd put the weight back on and he was an ace for our team. And I think Mac Jones may have a similar problem where once he lost this kind of beer gut he had, he hasn't been as good. He got too healthy this offseason. Now it's biting him in the ass.
I also think it's Matt Patricia calling our plays.
Well, yeah, that too. That also has a lot to do with it.
Defensive coordinator basically for his entire career turned NFL head coach is now an offensive coordinator for our team. Like, no.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So
that reminds me when the Giants were playing Carolina this past week, Carolina's plate caller was Ben McAdoo, ex-Giants coach, the one who fucking benched Eli Manning for Geno Smith.
Yeah. But I will take away that our defense is looking solid. Judon and Kyle Duggar are absolute monsters. So yeah. I like our defense. Offense. Matt Jones and Patricia just need to work on more effective plays. But that's it.
We'll see next Ravens. Next, we'll go to one of the biggest surprise games of the weekend. Talk about a team that should have a foolproof system on offense, getting shut out by one of the worst teams in football. The Jags smoked the Colts 24-0. James Robinson clearly established himself as RB1 in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence had himself arguably his best day as an NFL QB that I've seen. But I don't even know where to begin on the Colts. They just all around look terrible from top to bottom. You'd think that they could run a great system through Matt Ryan, Michael Pittman, and of course, Jonathan Taylor, but nothing. Like literally nothing.
Well, to be fair, Pittman and their other guy, Pierce, their 1 and 2 receivers were out, so they didn't play. So you figure, right? All right, we have the best running back in the league. Our top 2 receivers are out. Jonathan Taylor is going to get 25, 30 carries this game. He got 9.
Yeah.
9 carries.
What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he only had 5 carries going into the 4th quarter and Matt Ryan threw the ball 40 times to his best receiver was Ashton Doolin. Like, Matt Ryan, they should have never gotten rid of Carson Wentz in the first place. And I said that, like when they signed Matt Ryan. But I mean, yeah, they just look bad. But I mean, Christian Kirk is looking like all the money that he got paid this offseason because he is balling out this year so far.
Yeah, how about the Jaguars? We spoke about this last week, that it's just a matter of time before the Jags start together and start winning NFL games on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, their front 7 looked dominant. Their defense looked dominant.
They did. Yeah. They look really good.
Trayvon Walker's been having a nice little rookie campaign so far.
Josh Allen
on the other side. Yeah.
I think I called it in the last episode. I said Jags +4. Boy, was I right. So
yeah, I just couldn't believe that Indy got shut out. That's just crazy to me.
I also thought Indy would be better this year. Now they're sitting pretty at 0-2, and that division is just kind of flipped upside down.
They're not 0-2.
They won last week.
He's 0-1-1.
Yeah, they tied the Texans.
Yeah, you're right. Same thing.
It's basically
yeah.
Next, we'll move on to another game where there was almost a massive second half collapse. Pretty big trend this weekend. That would be the Rams barely holding off a Falcons team that managed to put up 24 points in the second half to the Rams. I think 10 it was.
I mean, I was rooting for the Falcons heavy in this game. It was only you
had to.
It was 28-3 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they almost did the comeback and almost broke the 28-3 curse.
Yeah.
So that's why I was rooting for him and pass it on to the reigning Super Bowl champs. I thought that would be hilarious. But
Yeah, naturally, Cooper Kupp had himself a game.
Of
he
course.
had
does
himself a
everything.
second half. The first half, like 2 minutes to go in the first half, because I was playing against him in my other fantasy league. He had one target and no catches.
Mhm.
So in 32 minutes of football, he had all that. So
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean for Atlanta, Drake London is looking like their top dog on the offense. Cal Pitts, second week where he's gotten zero action. I
yeah,
wonder what's up with that. I mean, he's your biggest mismatch on offense. Why not give him the ball more?
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah, no, crazy. Next, we have the Niners beating the Seahawks 27-7. That's not nearly the biggest story of the game. Trey Lance out for the season with a broken ankle. Garoppolo, I mean, that signing proved to be well worth it. Comes off the bench. I think he made like a $300,000 bonus off the game.
so he makes a $250,000 bonus if he plays more than 25% of the snaps in the game, and then also every win that he does, or every win that he earns the majority of the snaps of, he gets another 100K. So he makes
So
he
350.
basically every win he gets for the rest of the season will be at $350,000, but he's
mean, that's
already
genius.
guaranteed
on top of
$250,000 for the rest
yeah,
of
on top of being the highest paid backup in the NFL.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all these
Well, now
incentives.
starter. Prayers up for Trey Lance. Hopefully he makes a great recovery. We didn't really get to see what he could do yet, so it kind of sucks, but
Yeah. That was a
Jimmy G
curse of
still
a
got it,
season.
man. He
I
still
hate to
got
say
it.
it, but it just feels right with Jimmy G back at quarterback.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
That injury
does.
was awful too. Like I was watching it and all my friends were like on their phones looking at fantasy or their bets. And I was the only one that saw it. And I started like basically queasing from that injury. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, did you not see that? And it was like I was in a room with like 10 of my friends. None of them saw it but me. And then they showed the replay. And then
Bro
actually
powdered his ankle.
one of my friends actually saw it and threw up.
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Bro
yeah,
basically powdered his ankle. That was
it was
crazy.
pretty gnarly.
And his knee was straight. And then his foot was just
Ugh. It's so gross.
yeah.
Next, we have what I would say is the biggest shocker of the weekend. That was the boys beating the Bengals 20-17. Is Joe Burrow a Linsanity case?
Linsanity? No, bro. He took his team to the Super Bowl. He won a natty college. He was the #1 overall pick. He's just having a rough stretch here. First two
Okay,
games.
I just wanted to ask it to see what you'd say because I saw it on Twitter today. And it really, like, I had to think a little bit. I was like, nah, like, there's no way.
Well, they
But a
also
lot of people were like, this may be a thing. Like, he may not be that good.
well, yeah, the take I saw because I saw a Twitter like tweet that account too, but I think they were promoting the Linsanity documentary coming out.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's what I was gonna say. That Linsanity doc is coming out this week.
Yeah,
Who
October.
leaves
I
a
think it comes out.
basketball gets a documentary. Crazy.
Also, this is completely unrelated to anything we're talking about, but Avatar is coming out this week.
Yeah,
The new Avatar movie. It's been 10 plus years.
nice beef.
Crazy.
Thanks.
I
Pete.
was hanging with Lip yesterday. Lip was at the house
Really?
and we saw the commercial for it. It was crazy.
Wow.
Coming out this week. It'll probably be like 3
Unbelievable.
hours, but
Yeah, but anyway, back to the Cowboys game. I mean, Micah Parsons is gonna win DPOY. Like
100%.
yeah.
He looked incredible.
I mean, so the Bengals, their one goal of the offseason was to boost their O line because Joe Burrow was getting hit, and then their O line sucks now. And they got the Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman Lyle Collins last in the offseason this past season, and Micah Parsons had 3 sacks on him rushing against him. So
Yeah.
So Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott.
yeah, that too. Yeah.
There's
I mean,
no bias in that statement, huh? B?
that one guy too was popping off for the Cowboys. That receiver, Noah Brown or whatever his name was, he was balling.
Yeah. Okay, I really don't want to talk about this game, but we'll talk about it anyway. Broncos Nation finally rode in the most boring NFL game I have ever seen in my entire life. The Broncos win 16-9. Russell Wilson is a shell of himself. Cortland Sutton looked good, but God, I just couldn't keep watching that game. It was so dull.
Yeah, that game pissed me off because I thought Russell Wilson was going to be so good this year at Denver because I picked him in fantasy in like every league basically. But yeah, no, he just needs more time to figure out that scheme and like those players. And so, yeah, I mean, he needs to come back and have just like a monster week, which I know he's capable of. But
Yeah.
Win's a win. They're 1-1.
yeah,
Their offense has been stagnant. The defense is looking all right.
yeah. I mean, I think I can honestly say because I was watching Red Zone at that time because I couldn't give more of a fuck about that game. I don't know if Red Zone showed a single snap of the Houston Texans offense. Not being like,
there's no way they got 3 field goals. There's no shot that they showed it.
I think they showed like a Brandon Cooks 25-yard catch, but that was it.
Maybe a Fairbairn field goal.
Yeah, maybe like
I think I saw a Fairbairn field goal on Red Zone. I think I did.
And maybe it was in the red alert where they just like like something big happened and they were just like breezing by it. Like, oh, the Cardinals won. Oh, here's a Kaimi Fairbairn field goal and make it 16-9. All right.
Yeah. Next game, we got the Cardinals beating the Raiders 29-23. Kyler Murray had a decent game, but the biggest storyline out of that was Kyler Murray accusing a fan of bitch slapping him. And the police are now involved in I don't know if you saw the video, but
I did. He barely he accidentally touched him. Yeah,
it looked like he went in for a hug and then Kyler Murray kind of turned away like into the slap.
Yeah. I mean,
it was just stupid.
Although that game was the craziest game of the weekend by far.
That was nuts.
That was a 20-0, I think it was at half. And then you come back and win that, like to only hold them 3 points. And that Kyler, that 1 2-point conversion, that was like 21 seconds. That was kind of ridiculous.
I mean, I obviously have the Dolphins win being the craziest, but this one was my second, like a lock for sure.
Man, so the Raiders are 0-2 now.
Yeah. Devontae Adams isn't really panning out like they all thought it would with them blowing
he had
out
a great first game.
Yeah, he had a great first game.
Game against the Chargers. Yeah, they've lost 2 close ones to division rivals. I mean,
yeah, but their whole thought process was we're gonna go in and blow teams out on offense. I mean, you got Devontae, Hunter Renfrow, you got Jacobs in the backfield, you got Waller on tight end, all led by Derek Carr. Like
they're great on paper. They just gotta win. There's 15 more games left though.
It's also their defense. They've lost by like single digits or like one like scores both games, and they played 2 like decent, like probably playoff contender teams. So
yeah,
I mean, it's just their schedule sucks because they're in such a hard division. So there's one of those teams has to lose, and it's looking like it's going to be the Raiders because their defense blows.
They're playing the Titans this week, so they should get back on track. The Titans just look awful this season.
Yeah, but who knows? Derrick Henry can. This is going to be the game that Derrick Henry runs like 250 yards.
Probably.
Yeah. Next, we got Sunday Night Football. Packers beat Bears 27-10. Aaron Rodgers is still their daddy. Aaron Jones had himself a hell of a game. And that's really all I have to comment on that. So
I think this is the first time that I can remember that I did not watch a single snap of that Sunday Night Football game.
I put it on to fall asleep, straight up.
Yeah, it was predictable. I mean, you got the Bears going to Lambeau Field against Aaron Rodgers. You really think they're going to pull off a win?
No.
Yeah, there's
no.
Aaron Rodgers owns the city of Chicago.
He does.
And he says it too.
Yep. Next, we'll move it over to our long-awaited Monday Night Football matchups. I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. The Bills smoked the Titans 41-7. Derrick Henry was nowhere to be found. Stephon Diggs was everywhere on the TV, going 12 receptions, 148 with 3 tutties.
At
On
the
the back
half.
of Josh Allen's 317 with 4 tutties. Oh, man, what a game. That was a great game out of the Bills. And the Titans, I think, are the worst team in football right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think right now, through 2 weeks, the Bills have definitely the most elite defense and probably the most elite offense.
Yeah, they're just a sound team right
Yeah,
now.
they're just playing great football.
Yeah. Shout out Kaiir Elam.
Yeah.
Might win a ring in his rookie season. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, shout out that one guy on the Bills who was almost late to the game because of the Bills Mafia traffic.
Yeah, they got some dogs on defense, some dogs on offense. When the Bills are winning, the NFL is winning. And the Bills look real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
All right. Our final matchup from week 2's NFL slate. Eagles beat the Vikings 24-7. Vikings offense was absolutely nowhere to be found. Jalen Hurts did his thing, doing every role possible on that team. Miles Sanders had a decent game. Dallas Goedert, he was probably the leading receiver. I think he had like 80 yards.
Yeah, him and Devonta Smith and AJ Brown were all within like 10 yards of each other.
It was just, there was nothing out of the Vikings. Absolutely nothing.
And that's why, like, statistically going into the game, Kirk Cousins was the worst quarterback on Monday Night Football in the history of Monday Night Football. Like, he has the worst record, the worst statistics. I'm not even kidding. Like, they were saying that before the games.
No,
like,
I believe you 100%.
And then it showed. I mean,
Yeah.
Just, every single time the Vikings play on Monday Night Football from now on out, I am taking whoever they're playing. I'm taking, like, just betting on that game. At least 5-6 units on whoever they're playing.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. Obviously, that one got overshadowed by the Bills-Titans game, but it was still not a bad game at all. There's just nothing in the second half. Absolutely nothing to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you have one of the top 5 running backs in the league. Another case, Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook, where he had 6 carries the entire game. Jefferson was just being shadowed by Big Play Slay, who had a great game, and also with the help, a lot of the help from the safety over the top, and just doubling Jefferson. So that's basically all you need to fucking do against the Vikings is just double Jefferson and stuff the box, and you can't do anything else.
Yep. All right, let's get into the fantasy breakdown for the BDM league, and then we will hop into the draft. So let's get started.
I didn't even know.
The Gainesville Rippers, coached by Jack Braverman, take down Henny Holmes, 127.9 to 117.9 on the back of a 46 spot by Lamar Jackson.
First win of the season, baby.
In the next matchup, we have the Polk County Quitters taking down Team Steinberg, 148.4 to 136.2 on the back of Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo defense. Absolutely unreal performance. Too bad Gary quit. The next matchup, we got More Money, More Problems, coached by young Matthew, and I wouldn't say smoked, but beat Hodska 128.3 to 102.8 on the back of Cooper Kupp's big performance, along with Kyler Murray's OT superstardom. Moving on to the next matchup, we have Dan Mazzo's, your auntie's home panty raiders, taking down Mr. Smeege, 138.9 to 123.1 on the back of Nick Chubb and Jalen Hurts, and a Tampa Bay defense that dropped a 25 burger on this man. And in your final matchup of this week, we have Roger Goodell, coached by Mr. Me, Johnny Mondo, taking down AR for Heisman, aka Mr. Lip, 125.7 to 108.4 on the back of Josh Allen's 34 spot, along with Aaron Jones' 32 spot. And that is your BDM fantasy breakdown.
Nice.
On a side note, though, remember how my girlfriend drafted a team?
Yeah, doesn't she have? I was thinking about that. Doesn't she have to, like, Tyreek, Tua,
Let me break this down for you. The final score was 70.7 to 174.9.
Wow.
Now let's get into the detail. Joe Burrow dropped 16.5. On her bench, she had Tua. She could have dropped 200 this week. Her running backs combined for 5.6 points between Cordero and Penny. But these receivers went off. Cooper Kupp, 32. Tyreek, 42. Waddle, 40. Kyle Pitts did nothing at 3.9 points. Buffalo's D, 22 points. And big Evan McPherson, 13 points. She's dominant in fantasy. Dominant.
I guess she knows something that we don't.
Clearly, I couldn't believe it. It was insane.
Yeah.
She was like, "Is that good?" I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty good." Like,
I feel like fantasy was tough this week. It's like if you didn't have like one of 5 players, which were like Lamar, Amon-Ra, Waddle, Hill,
Diggs,
Cup, or Diggs, like one of those guys, you lost. Like I put up like a good week in one of my leagues. I had 152. Like, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good a week. Like you can't be mad at scoring 152. The other person scored like 209 because he had
What?
Lamar, Amon-Ra, Waddle, Mark Andrews, Aaron
That's
Jones.
insane.
So like, there's nothing I could do.
Yeah, I get that.
So
All right, gentlemen, let's move over into the snake draft. Today's snake draft is the greatest video games. Based on the last poll, I won. I've never drafted from the 2 spot on my own volition. So it will go Hod out of the 1, me second, Beeve, you'll snake it around at 3. So with that, Hod, you are on the clock.
yeah. All right. Before I make my picks, I want to clarify something. Like, can we clarify stuff?
Yeah.
Because obviously there's a lot of franchise games and stuff like that. So like, say I pick, like, this isn't my pick, just theoretically. I pick Madden. Do I have to pick a year, or is that the entire Madden game? Like, the entire Madden franchise. And like, that's the same with like all the sports games.
See, that's tough because then you could make the argument to do it with the non-sports games too.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get into, because it's like there's so many good like Call of Duties and GTAs where if you just say like, oh, I get Madden, then I get Call of Duty, you get like 20 games.
Yeah, I would say we'll just single each out. I think that's the best move.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That doesn't change my first pick. I think one of the most fun games ever. GTA 5.
Yeah, that was gonna be my one.
Yeah. That's like the game that I probably grinded like the
What do
most.
y'all think of the GTA 6 leaks that have been coming out? You think they're fake? They got
No, they're definitely real. They said that they were gonna have a female character be the lead role. It's obviously early development, so it's not gonna look great.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if
I
you
got the
thought it
source.
was, you're an idiot if you thought it was supposed to look good in a leak from this early on.
I mean,
But-
yeah, Greg did call it. I mean, he is a software developer working for the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's my first pick. Fun game. Hopefully, the new one is more fun.
All right, my first pick, I'm going to take a franchise that was discontinued long ago. It's coming back soon. I wanted it on my team because Lord knows everyone loves this game. That's NCAA 14.
bring it back.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
All right, Beeve. Board games do not count, Beeve. The heads up.
Yeah, I'm not too much of a gamer, but I dabble. So my 1-1 is going to be. I'm just gonna snag it. This is a game that I grew up playing on the Xbox 360. My dad and I we'd run campaign together. Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah.
Cold War vibes. And then my second pick is going to be probably the first video game that I can remember playing. And this game is so old that I had it on the PC because I didn't have a console yet. But there was one player that was leagues above the rest. His name is Michael Vick.
Yeah.
The year was 2004.
Yeah.
And the game is Madden.
That's a good pick. My next pick, I'm going to go Call of Duty vibes. You guys know I love Call of Duty. That is my favorite game franchise of all time. Growing up, though, I first got introduced in the greatest way possible, and that would be COD MW2. Modern Warfare 2. They're doing a re-release this year. So far, it's been trash. I've been very disappointed. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original version, is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the only two Call of Duties I ever really played was Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 around that time.
I mean, those are two great ones. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. With my pick, I'm going with a game that I play constantly and still dabble in. I've been playing this game probably since I was 6 till I played last night. I'm gonna play Mario Kart.
Yeah, I was gonna say this has to be a lock for you.
Yeah. I play that game too much. It's still a great game. From every game I started playing on Double Dash. And there's been, I think, like 7 or 8 since. The new one's pretty good. I like it. So, and my second game, probably the greatest campaign mode of all time, in my opinion. Mario Super Sluggers.
Hod, you're taking some of my picks. I'm gonna need you to stop. Okay.
I mean, who doesn't love
I'm gonna need you to stop, bro. All right. Well, now I gotta rethink my strategy because that was gonna be my next pick. Okay. I know you said Mario Kart, but I think that there is one game out there that definitely beats that, and that is Smash. Super Smash Bros. I mean, you can pick one. They're all pretty much the same kind of feel to it. But the Smash genre is just, I mean, that has to make this list.
Yeah. It's on my list.
All right. My next pick, I'm taking a little different route here. I'm going to go with Wii Sports Resort.
I like that pick.
You talk about wakeboarding, probably the greatest Wii Sports game of all time. I think they had ping pong, bunch of other.
Real talk. Did you do the mode where you flew the plane?
Yeah.
Did you fly it through the volcano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I didn't even think about that, but you're bringing back some good memories.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like Wii Sports Resort. Wii Sports was all right, but the resort was just a whole nother vibe. Now my next pick, I'm gonna go with a little classic, Tiger Woods PJ Tour, specifically 2012, where the Masters edition. I mean, you get to play Augusta National.
Yeah.
On a video game. It was just incredible.
Yep.
So yeah, Tiger Woods PJ Tour, if you're into that type of stuff.
Feel you.
I'm gonna take the game that took over the world back in 2018. You can't deny it. You've played it. You've loved it. Even if you don't play it now, you know it has a special place in your heart. And that is Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite, for a good 2.5 years, ran the world.
It did.
I thought you were going to say Pokemon Go for a sec.
Dude, fuck that. Do I look like someone to walk around and get Pokemon?
Everybody did. Everybody did.
No, I was probably the only one, and that's just because I was too lazy.
Wow.
Like straight up. I was too lazy.
Yeah. So I know one of mine, I might as well say because I have back-to-back picks. I know one of mine is a lock, and I'm debating between the other two. But the one that's a lock is probably like this was my childhood with me and my friends. Like this might be my favorite game of all time. It's sad that they haven't made a remake. And you can only play it on 360. But as someone growing up playing soccer, FIFA Street is arguably the greatest game of all time.
FIFA Street? Dude, I've never even heard of that. I've heard of NFL Street.
It's basically the same thing, but FIFA, where you just do a ton of skill moves. It's 5-on-5 in like basically like roller skated, like
badass. Dude,
yeah.
Messi's on the cover.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was like such a fun game. It was 5-on-5. It was so fun. That was my childhood right there. Like me and my boys getting together after school, we'd play that game for like hours. And my last pick, oof, where do I go?
I'm gonna be honest, I thought you were gonna go a different FIFA route. That's okay.
I mean, that's my favorite game. The FIFAs just make me too rage induced, and I haven't played a good FIFA since FIFA 13, and I don't think FIFA 13 is worth on my top 5 video games.
Well, I figured you go FIFA 10. That's where I thought you were going.
Nah, FIFA 10 is all right, but I don't know. That's the thing with FIFA. It's like I barely remember the differences between games. I just remember FIFA 15 being like great because I had a great Ultimate Team. But I guess I think I've made my mind on what pick I'm gonna go. No, I haven't. Shit.
We got a shot clock here. What's good with you?
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna go Black Ops 2.
Okay.
Between that and my honorable mention that I think maybe one of you will pick, but we'll see.
Okay. Put yourself back into 2020. The pandemic hits. You're locked inside. All of a sudden, God blesses your consoles with this brand new Battle Royale game. I present to you a combination of what appears to be Fortnite and Call of Duty. And I give you Call of Duty Warzone, the most legendary and perfect battle royale at its time. It was unstoppable until they changed the map. I hope it comes back better in Warzone 2. But when Warzone dropped, everything changed for everyone's quarantine, and no one can deny that.
Mm-hmm.
Beef?
Yeah. So my last pick, I don't play too many video games, but there is one game that I just love for the vibes. Don't hate on me. But I was playing this game last night, and I broke records. I broke records indeed. That will be Fishing Sim World Bass Pro Shops Edition.
Nice.
Never bad day on the lake. Caught a couple 10-pounders last night. A little longhouse gar. Some
Nice.
trout, just hitting the lake, casting the lines and seeing what bites, reeling it in.
Yeah.
Bass Pro fishing.
That's such a perfect pick for you. I can't explain it, but it just, that's your pick, and I understand it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right, Had, you clearly have a beautiful list of honorable mentions. So let's hear it, and then I'll go down the list.
I mean, the one that I was debating was Reach, Halo Reach. That's another one of my games. But I'd give the edge to Black Ops 2 just because of the amount of times that Surya and I grinded that game sophomore year in our room at like 3 a.m.
Good times. I was there a lot too.
Yeah,
that was fun. Zombies, bro.
Yeah, zombies. That whole zombies movie just made it for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Reach is an honorable mention for me. Another honorable mention will go to Mario Party. forget
Another one.
whichever one was on the Wii, because that was like the
it
first.
8?
Like, I think so. I think it was Mario Party 8. Whatever was on the Wii. Like with
I
the
think it was 8.
boardwalk one and like that, like the Bowser like Orbit one, like that one. That was like the first Wii game I got besides Wii Sports. That was legendary. And then my last one will go to Jackbox game.
Yeah, good pick. Always
Yep.
a late night classic.
Yeah.
So the ones I had Halo 3.
Halo 3, yeah.
That kind of defined the future of Halo.
Yep.
I had Skate 3.
Mm.
And then I also had Minecraft because it's just everyone's played Minecraft.
Yeah. Classic. My honorable mention. Nobody said NHL.
No.
Great series. Then my other one, if y'all remember like the Backyard series, like Backyard Baseball.
Yeah, of course. Pablo Sanchez, come on.
Yeah, those were golden too.
Yep.
NFL Street.
Yep. The street games were so fun, dude.
Yeah, they were like a flash of light. There was only a couple of them each.
I know. And it pissed me off how they only released them like once and like never released them again for a new console.
Because that would be sick today. Like NBA Street. I
Yeah.
guess you kind of like have that in like the
Blacktop mode, kind of.
yeah.
But it was just different. Because that's what they have in FIFA. They have like the FIFA like no rules, like kind of just like street mode, but it's just not the same whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, and if they were to recreate it, it wouldn't be the same because like part of the feel of those games was like the quality from that time, you know?
Yeah. And it was also like FIFA Street was literally like you can draft players, so you could make a team with like Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, like total icons. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah. So going down the list real quick. GTA 5, Mario Kart, Mario Super Sluggers, FIFA Street, Call of Duty BO2 for HOD. I took NCAA 14, MW2, Super Smash Bros, Fortnite, and Warzone. Beef took Black Ops, Madden 04, Wii Sports Resort, PGA Tour 2012, and Fishing Sim World.
Yep.
And then, yeah. So that's going to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, share it with everyone you know. I'm sorry for that we didn't upload on Monday. Things happened. Schedules had to change. But, hopefully we'll be back kind of at 3 days a week at this point. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next episode.
Peace.
See ya.